There's a lot of things to love about this 6th generation Honda Goldwing, but this parking brake ain't one of them.
This video is sponsored by Cruiseman's Garage Honda Goldwing Maintenance Video Series.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Cruiseman's Garage. Today we're going to talk about the parking brake on your 6th generation Honda Goldwing. The Honda parking brake, not the best design in the world. How many of us have put that parking brake on? Later on you come out, you start the bike, you're halfway down the block before you realize, why don't I have any power? Why is this thing so sluggish? And you realize you left the parking brake engaged. And what happens is that stretches the parking brake cable, it wears the shoes in the back of the bike. Well, what if you didn't have to depend on the Honda OEM parking brake? So today I'm going to talk to you about a product called Bullet Brake that I've been using for quite some time, and I found it to be very effective, very reliable, and it's a great supplement to the OEM parking brake, or could potentially replace the OEM parking brake. Now I do want to point out that Bullet Brake is not paying me to make this video. They didn't sponsor the video, but they did send me the product to test and review, and I have been over the last couple of months. The Bullet Brake works by hydraulically locking your front brake discs when it has been engaged. The bike will remain immobilized until you release the Bullet Brake. So let me pull this 2024 Honda Goldwing back here on my driveway incline. I'm going to set the Bullet Brake and we'll see how it holds. Okay, I'm just going to back the motorcycle down to this incline. It's a pretty good incline, and for sure if you didn't have the parking brake on, the bike would roll down this hill. Let's set the Bullet Brake. I'm going to pull the brake handle in as hard as I can and push the Bullet Brake in, and it will engage. Now I'm pulling on the bike on an incline and it's not budging. I'll get off the bike and you can see the bike's not going anywhere. Now to release this Bullet Brake, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull in that front brake handle, and that releases the brake, releases the Bullet Brake, and now you can see the bike just wants to roll back. So your Bullet Brake will come complete with very detailed instructions. You should make sure you follow these instructions to the letter. Nothing in this video is intended to supersede what you'll read in their instructions. They may actually update these over time after this video is released. So you definitely want to read their instructions for installation and use. To install the Bullet Brake on your Honda Goldwing, place the bike on the center stand and turn the handlebars all the way to the right. And then I like to put a towel down to protect the paint, because if any brake fluid were to leak out, it can do permanent damage to your paint. I'm also going to use a paper towel, which I'm going to use to wipe up any leakage that may happen when we remove this banjo bolt from the brake master cylinder. Use a 12mm wrench to remove the existing banjo bolt from your master cylinder. I also highly recommend that you wear nitrile gloves while doing this. You don't want to get any of the brake fluid on your skin if you can avoid it. When you remove the banjo bolt, it's normal for a little bit of the brake fluid to leak out, so make sure you have your paper towel in position, prepared to soak up any leakage. Now let's dry off the threads of this OEM banjo bolt, and we're going to compare it to the Bullet Brake banjo bolt in the kit. This is the banjo bolt that we just removed from the Honda master cylinder. This is the OEM bolt. Now let's compare the thread pitch on that bolt with the Bullet Brake banjo bolt, and you'll notice this is the BB05 on the right. You'll notice the thread pitch is the same. I'm not concerned about the length of the threads at this point. You just want to make sure the distance between the threads is the same. Now just for comparison, let's take a look at the OEM banjo bolt compared to the BB01 Bullet Brake, which is the incorrect bolt for the Honda Goldwing. You can clearly see the threads are much closer together on the BB01. Once you've confirmed that you do have the correct Bullet Brake banjo bolt, which is the BB05, now we're ready to install it. You get the banjo bolt in the kit, as well as these 2 silver seals. Place one of these silver seals on the bullet brake banjo bolt and push it all the way up to the flange. Now insert the bullet brake through the brake line and place the other silver seal on the master cylinder side and insert it and begin threading it carefully by hand. Make sure you get the threads started evenly. Continue to hand tighten until it stops, and then the bullet brake at that point should be flush with the brake line. If it doesn't fit flush, then there could be a problem. You might want to double check that thread pitch again. Make sure you've got it threaded in correctly. You don't want to over tighten this if it's the incorrect bullet brake, but everything should work fine as it did here on mine. If the bullet brake fits flush, then you're good to go. Turn your handlebars all the way to the left now, and let's tighten this up using a 12mm wrench. You want to tighten it firmly till it's good and snug, and then wipe off any excess brake fluid, and now we're ready to prime the bullet brake. Now begin squeezing the front brake lever several times to build the pressure back up in the system and to prime the bullet brake. After you've pumped it a few times, you've lubricated that bullet brake piston, go ahead and push it in and out a few times. Just keep doing this until you feel the pressure come back to normal on your front brake. Now it can take several pulls of the front brake lever to get your pressure to come back to normal. I think on my bike it took 15, 20, 25 pulls, and the older your bike is, the more it may take. Some can do it in just a few pulls. It just depends on your system. So just keep pumping that front brake lever until you feel the pressure build back up and your front brakes are operational again. So to engage the bullet brake, I'm going to straighten my handlebars just so I can show you what it looks like. I'm going to pull this front brake handle in as far as I can, and I'm going to push this button in like that, and now the bullet brake is set. I cannot move the bike. It's completely locked down. And then to release the bullet brake, you simply grab the front brake handle and pull it again, and that releases it. You'll hear a little click, and now the bike will roll and it is free. Now, Bullet Brake does recommend that you use the bullet brake in conjunction with your OEM parking brake. I think that's probably for liability reasons, legalese stuff. So if you use the bullet brake in addition to your OEM parking brake, it kind of serves as a reminder when you get on the bike and you have to release this to get your bike to move. Oh yeah, I need to release my OEM parking brake as well. I have used this several times in parking lots where the bike is on a slight incline. I haven't used it on a super steep incline, but I have used it something like what I have here in my driveway, which is a pretty good incline or decline, depending on how you look at it. This solves a major problem, especially for those of you that own a trike, because you can install this on a Goldwing trike or a Goldwing motorcycle because it's using the front brake. Basically, it'd be like you sitting on the bike, holding that brake lever in and keeping pressure on that brake disc. Now, I should mention that Bullet Brake makes these devices for a variety, just about any motorcycle out there. They make a bullet brake to fit. You just want to make sure you order the correct one for your brand and your model of motorcycle. And they have a motorcycle part finder on their website that helps you find the one you need. The folks over at Bullet Brake are offering my viewers a special 15% discount. Just use code Cruiseman on their website. When you check out, there's a coupon code box. Type in Cruiseman and you'll get a 15% discount off of your order. The bullet brake is available in both silver and black. You'll notice the part number up here checked in the right corner. And I installed the silver one on my bike just because I felt like it would be easier to videotape and show you up against the black. Sometimes black parts on top of black parts are hard to videotape. So for most Honda Goldwing owners, you'll probably order the black because that will match your, your handlebars and your other equipment up here. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor, give it a thumbs up. That really does help my YouTube channel. Don't forget to sign up for my free email newsletter where I bring you all kinds of information, special deals on products like Bullet Brake. You'll be the first to know. Completely free to sign up for the newsletter. There's nothing to buy. I'll put a link in the description of this video. And thank you, Bullet Brake, for sending this over to me. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments down below. And until I see you on the next product review, remember to ride often, but ride safe.